What's up YouTube, this is Collect Pokemon and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to talk about the 151 reprint. And if you guys want a short answer, the answer is, I don't know. I don't know the trajectory of this reprint. I don't know if this set is going to go lower, 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 and stays flat. Or is it actually going to go lower and then spike back up? Or is it going to be the lowest as it is right now? Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. What price do you think that 151 will go to? Let's say 1 month after the reprint. Let's say at the end of June. Type me a number. Let me know what you guys think. Alright, so what's the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is for me to put up some things on the table to show you some numbers of different sets, and for you to make certain comparison between these different sets to finally come and evaluate as to what price do you think that 151 will end up at. The current 151 booster box are selling for $130 on eBay, but with local Japanese sellers, you can actually, get it as cheap as around $90, if not $85, and so on. A lot of these Japanese sellers are very, very happy, or very, very, not happy, but very wanting to sell off these 151. And that suggests to me that they actually know that the print run of this reprint may be very large. Okay? So, were there any reprint before? Yes, there was a reprint before in February. But the quantity was so small that it was quickly gobbled up by a lot of the Japanese seller. And so even in February, the price of the 151 booster box remained to be around $200 on eBay. So, it never really came down during that time. But it does seem like if the Japanese sellers are willing to, drop the price for this, it's because that they do know that there might be a large quantity of products coming. And if they don't sell it now, they might actually lose money later on when they sell it, because a lot of the original products that they have were not bought at MSRP. It was not bought at wholesale price. It was actually bought at around 1.5 to 2 times MSRP, and around that $60 to maybe even the $60 price range. So yeah, they're really scared that the booster box will hit that bottom line and they would actually be losing money. And it is difficult to recoup any money, any value in the current Japanese card market. So if they actually don't sell this set and all the other sets are not selling, they are going to sit on a lot of dead stock for a very long time. And so yeah, that's the reason why a lot of Japanese sellers are, pretty much just say, take these products, I'll give you a discount, and so on. Now, overall, this is still a very, very good set, and there's still a lot of value in this set. If you take a look at a lot of single cards, a lot of single cards are still worth a lot of money. But do note that the most expensive single cards are actually the Master Ball Rare. And this is a special foil that is only found in the Japanese sets, and there's only one of these cards in each booster box. So that's why it is a very rare card to actually get. Sometimes if you want a particular Pokemon, you might actually spend time opening, 2, 3, 4, or 5 cases before you even get the reverse Master Ball Pokemon you want. Unlike things such as the Secret Rare Mew or Erica's Invitation, which you might be likely to get 1 or 2 or 2 of 3 per case. So, there is a special, it's a special set in that sense that there is some sort of rarity, there's some chase to this set. And this is why it's so difficult to predict the trajectory as to what will happen after the reprint. Now, if we compare it with other sets such as V-Star Universe, V-Star Universe was very, very popular, but after a huge reprint, it dropped to around that $60, $70 price range, and now it's stabilizing at $75. And the single cards for this set is not doing that well. I mean, we're seeing only one card that is over 10,000 yen. And all the other cards are actually quite cheap and quite affordable to buy the single cards. Now, this is very, very similar to VMAX Climax. VMAX Climax, again, was reprinted and currently selling for $100, but the single cards are actually not that expensive either. We're only seeing 2 cards that are over $10,000 and all the other 10,000 yen, and all the other cards are pretty much below 10,000 yen. A more recent anomaly has been the Shining Treasure EX. It's selling for actually $50. Actually very cheap booster box. And the single cards are actually quite expensive in comparison to the price of the booster box. And so, if you look at the summary table here, we can see that, if you have a lot more expensive single cards, the price of that booster box is going to be higher than if you are going to have a set with very, very few expensive cards. Then the price will obviously be lower. And we also have to consider whether one expensive card is enough to pull up an entire set. And a lot of the case, it's not, because the pull rate is so low, people don't really think it's worth it. Now, take this table with a grain of salt, because this table actually doesn't tell us what would happen if there is a reprint. If they reprint a lot of 151, it means that the single card price will drop. And if the single card price drops, the price of the booster box will also drop. So this table is simply a reference, and it doesn't really tell you much about the trend of the reprint, because the size of the reprint is what is going to matter. Now, saying all that, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I do believe that many Japanese sellers, many distributors are going to ask me if I want to order X amount of case at X amount of price. And I do believe that the original price, the first price that they're going to offer me, is going to be sitting at around $70 per booster box. And then I would most likely buy one case at $70 per booster box. And then I'm going to wait and see. Gonna wait for another week or so, and most likely I'll get another message offering me to buy it at $60 or $55 a booster box. And by then, I will most likely buy 2 cases, so that my earlier $70 booster boxes gets diluted, it gets averaged out. And that's the end of story. And that is the entire amount of 151 I'm most likely to buy. 3 or 4 cases, that's it. Because here's the thing. If I can actually buy this at $55 a booster case, it means that there's going to be a lot of them. And it's going to take a really, really long time for this booster box to go up in price. If I don't buy it at $70, so why would I buy it at $70? Because I'm FOMOing. I'm scared that if I don't buy it at $70, if it doesn't actually drop to $55, and I don't buy it at $70, it will shoot right back up to $200. So I'll miss the whole thing. So I do think that a lot of people will think like me, and I do think that a lot of people will buy in at $70, and because of that, we're not going to see as much of a drastic price drop as what we see for Shining Treasure EX. So, yeah, that is my strategies for 151. Let me know in the comment section how you will handle it. And like I said earlier in the video, what price do you think that this booster box will hit at the end of June? I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. This is Sky Pokemon. Bye-bye.